Applying to the Residential Tenancy Dispute Resolution Service. After listening to this webinar, refer to the RTDRS Rules of Practice and Procedure for more details. The RTDRS offers residential landlords and tenants a method for resolving disputes and acquiring a remedy without going to court. Acceptable applications. Applications must be made within 2 years from the date that a potential claim is discovered. Applications are limited to claims of up to a maximum of $50,000. The rental premises or the mobile home site must be located in Alberta, and the claims in the application must be covered by the Residential Tenancies Act or the Mobile Home Sites Tenancies Act. Eligibility. The following persons can apply to the RTDRS: a landlord or a representative authorized by the landlord, a tenant or a representative authorized by the tenant. The definitions of landlord and tenant are found in the Residential Tenancies Act or the Mobile Home Sites Tenancies Act. Remedies the RTDRS can award. Depending upon the circumstances, landlords can apply for ending the tenancy and possession of the premises, unpaid rent and/or utilities, compensation for losses due to an overholding tenant. In other words, the tenant has not vacated the premises at the end of the tenancy. Other financial losses, known as damages. Order for a non-tenant occupant to vacate the premises. For example, the individual is not listed as a tenant on the rental agreement. Depending upon the circumstances, tenants can apply for return of the security deposit, termination of the tenancy, financial losses, known as damages, reduction of rent, known as an abatement, for being deprived of the benefit of a rental agreement, compensation for the cost of performing the landlord's obligations. Before you apply, preparation is the key to a successful application. However, the application is only the beginning of the process. Once you file the application, you must serve notice of the hearing and of the application, including supporting evidence, on the respondent. You must then attend the hearing and prove your claim to the tenancy dispute officer, and then enforce the order. This takes time and effort. Before filing an application with the RTDRS, consider the following. Have you tried to resolve the matter directly with the other party? Do you have contact information for the respondent? Have you gathered all of the information and evidence to prove your claims against the other party? Does the respondent have income or assets that can be garnished or seized to satisfy a judgment? Have you contacted witnesses for statements and asked if they are willing to attend the hearing? Names and spelling. When filing an application against your tenant or landlord, you must make sure the name and spelling of the tenant or landlord is correct, as the order, if granted, will be issued against the exact names you provide. The correct names are usually written on the lease agreement. Individual landlord. When filing a claim against an individual landlord, use the full first and last name of each person you are filing the application against. Do not use initials, because initials do not sufficiently identify the person being claimed against. If you are not sure who owns the rental property or how to properly spell their name, you can do a land title search on the rental premises address to identify the owners. This can be done at any Alberta registry agent. Business. If you are filing an application against a landlord that is a business, it is important to know whether the business is incorporated or unincorporated. An incorporated business usually has Limited, Ltd., Incorporated, or Inc. after its name. A landlord that is an incorporated business can only be claimed against in the correct name of the business. Put the full name of the business on the application form. To find out the exact name of an incorporated business, a corporation search can be done at any Alberta registry agent. An unincorporated business, such as a firm, partnerships of 2 or more people, or a sole proprietorship, must be claimed against in the name of the business owners. Put both the owner's full name and the name of the business on the application form. To find out the owners of an unincorporated business and the address of the owner, do a trade name search at any Alberta registry agent or through SPIN2, the Government of Alberta's online portal. Types of applications. Landlord's application for termination of tenancy and unpaid rent. This application is completed by landlords when their tenant is still residing in the rental premises. Landlord's application for damages. This application is completed by landlords when their tenant no longer resides in the rental premises. For more information on filing a landlord's application for damages, see the RTDRS damages tip sheet. Tenant's application. This application is completed by tenants who are filing a claim against their landlord whether the tenant has moved out or is still residing in the rental premises or mobile home site. For more information on filing a tenant's application, see the RTDRS damages tip sheet. Application fee. There is a $75 filing fee to make an application to the RTDRS. If you cannot afford the filing fee and you meet the criteria, you may apply to the RTDRS for a fee waiver. You must provide 3 months' proof of income, either as pay stubs or as a printout of your bank account. The RTDRS fee waiver form is available on the website at www.rtdrs.alberta.ca. Evidence. The applicant must prove they are lawfully entitled to the remedies they have claimed in their application with evidence. At the hearing, the tenancy dispute officer will evaluate and determine the relevance, credibility, and weight or importance of the evidence submitted. Provide your evidence to the RTDRS when filing the application. Evidence can be documents such as leases, agreements, termination notices, receipts, invoices, and photographs. Audio and video recordings. Written summaries of what you and your witness will testify to in the hearing. Land title searches, corporate registry searches. The RTDRS does not accept physical evidence such as insects, mold samples, or weapons. Instead, submit photos of such items with a written description. More information on evidence is available in the RTDRS evidence tip sheet. Making the application. You may file your application online using the RTDRS e-filing service. To make an application online, go to www.rtdrs.alberta.ca and click on the RTDRS e-filing service. Create an RTDRS e-filing service account. Select Apply on the dashboard homepage. Select the application type that you wish to file. Complete the online application form. Upload all documented evidence referenced in the application, for example, the rental agreement, ledger, proof of payment, receipts, notices, and photographs. You are allotted a maximum of 7 uploads to submit all your evidence. Submit your evidence in the fewest number of uploads possible by converting all documentary evidence into one organized document for easy uploading. For instance, rather than uploading 10 documents individually, convert the 10 documents into one organized document with multiple numbered pages. Cull your evidence so that you are not submitting duplicates. For instance, do not submit 3 photographs showing essentially the same thing. Documents must be clearly identified, for example, landlord's damage photographs or tenant's proof of reporting deficiencies to the landlord. Once you are ready to submit your completed application form, you will be redirected to the My Alberta eServices site to pay the $75 filing fee. Once payment has been successfully made, you will be returned to the RTDRS e-filing service. You will see a message indicating that your application has been successfully submitted to the RTDRS. The application form will be added to your case history. You will also receive a confirmation email confirming that your application has been successfully submitted to the RTDRS. You will receive 2 further emails from the RTDRS once your application has been processed. If you are concerned you may not have received these emails, look in your junk email folder before contacting the RTDRS office. The first email will include your filed application form and the notice of hearing, indicating the date and time of your hearing, along with instructions on how to serve the application package. The second email will include the declaration of service form, along with instructions on what to do with this document. If you submit your application in person, complete the applicable application form. Read the instruction sheet attached to each application form. The information will help you fill out the form. Gather supporting documented evidence. Make sure your evidence is in the order that corresponds to the sections in the application form. For example, your lease agreement would be the first document and your claims related to costs of the application would be the last document. Mark the pages of evidence in sequence as Item A, Item B, etc., and write the same item letter in the corresponding spaces in the application form. You must have the correct number of evidence copies when you arrive at the RTDRS office. The number of copies that you must make depends on the number of respondents in your application form. If you are naming one respondent, you will need the original evidence plus one copy, resulting in 2 sets of evidence in total. If you are naming 2 respondents, you will need the original evidence plus 2 copies, resulting in 3 sets of evidence in total. If you are naming 3 respondents, you will need the original evidence plus 3 copies, resulting in 4 sets of evidence in total. Take your completed application form and the correct number of evidence copies to the RTDRS office. Refer to the RTDRS website at www.rtdrs.alberta.ca for our office hours. After you apply, an information officer will give you the appropriate number of copies of the filed application package. The application package includes the application form and the documented evidence and a notice of hearing form, which includes the date and time of the hearing. Serve the application package. The next step is for the applicant to give a copy of the entire application package to the respondents. The legal words for giving the application package to the respondents are service and serve. You must serve the application package on the respondents as early as possible, but at least 3 clear days before the hearing date. You must serve a copy of the application package on to each respondent. Watch the How to Serve an RTDRS Application webinar or read the RTDRS Document Service Tip Sheet for more information on how to serve the other party with your file application. More information is available at www.rtdrs.alberta.ca.